Today, I'll be showing you how to play Turtle WoW, Ascension, Classic, Classic TBC, and Retail with a controller. Any version of WoW should work as they by default use the same key bindings. I've been using this setup for around 15 years now, around the time of original TBC, and it is still my preference over alternatives that have sprung up over the years. The program used is named Joystix Pro. It is $20. I know there are free alternatives available like Anti-Micro and Steam controller configuration. Feel free to try those if you want. There is also console port, but there is of yet not a version that runs on vanilla private servers as far as I know. The beauty of Joystix Pro is once you get used to the setup, it just works for any version of WoW you want to play. There is value in that. The controllers I can verify are supported by the program are 360, Xbox One, PS4, and PS5 controllers. I have used each wired and wirelessly over Bluetooth. For the Sony controllers, you may need an extra program named DS4 Windows to trick your computer into thinking it is a 360 controller. I do need to do this with the controller I'll be using today for this video, the PS4 controller. For Microsoft controllers, you just need Joystix Pro. I'll add the links to these programs in the description. So we'll open up DS4 Windows firstly. If your controller is either plugged in or connected to Bluetooth, it should show up here like so. Then we'll open Joystix Pro. If everything is working, you'll see up top that your controller is found. Below is a list of pre-configured profiles for popular, mostly older games. Scroll down to the bottom and mouse over World of Warcraft. Press View Controls. You should see now that you can move your mouse with your right analog stick if it is working. If not, try exiting DS4 Windows and Joystix Pro and opening them again. It also helps in general to always right-click and open as administrator to avoid conflicts. Okay, now that we are in game, you can see on the controller overlay how the controls work. My advice would be to level a new character when playing this way for the first time, so you can adapt slowly to using the abilities on your controller, but I'll be showing you how to use the controls on my level 60 mage to fully explain things. Some basics. To move, use the left analog stick. This is one of the things that just feels so much better than standard WASD. You can move in all directions freely. The right analog acts as your mouse cursor. The L1 and R1 bumpers act as mouse clicks. So to move our camera around, we'll press and hold R1 and move the right analog stick around. To jump, press the R3 button in like you would a face button. To tab target, press the left analog the same way. Select aka share button brings up the menu. L2 plus select brings up your character tab. R2 plus select brings up your bags. So the standard keyboard bindings for spells are 1 to 8, 9, 0, dash, and equals. On my PS4 controller these correspond in a diamond shape starting with X being 1, square being 2, triangle being 3, and circle being 4. These are where I have placed Frost Nova, Frost Bolt, Arcane Explosion and my wand abilities. So I press X to Frost Nova, square to cast Frost Bolt, triangle to cast Arcane Explosion and circle to use my wand. Now as you can see Cone of Cold is set to the 5 key. So to access that, we are going to press and hold L2 and then X6 I have set to remove Lesser Curse. This is used by pressing and holding LT and pressing square. I am sure you can see the pattern here. 7 activates my Cold Snap, so I am going to hold LT and press triangle. 8 polymorphs the enemy into a sheep. I'll do that by holding LT and pressing circle. Blink is set to 9. Now we'll switch to holding RT and pressing X to perform blink. Ice barrier is set to 0. So hold RT and press square. Blizzard is set to, so we'll perform it by holding RT and pressing the triangle button. Lastly, counterspell is set to the equals key, so surprise. We will hold RT and press circle. Now you'll probably have more than 12 abilities that you use regularly. That is where action paging comes in. Pressing up and down on the D-pad allows you to access additional action bars where we can place and use our abilities. so I will press up on my D-pad and conjure some water. You can see here that conjuring water is set to the equals key. So, same as earlier, we will press and hold the RT and press circle to conjure some water. I have my whimsical cloud mount set to 4. So, to use that mount, I will simply press circle. I will press circle again. To dismount. To drink the water I conjured, I will press down on the D-pad twice to get to my water. I'll again press and hold R2 and circle to drink. Ah, good. Now I will press the D-pad up to go back to my main 12 abilities. I hope this video has been helpful to you and that you enjoy playing WoW with a controller. Farewell.